Hello, beautiful, amazing humans. So lovely to connect with you. As always, welcome to Happy Humans podcast. I'm Sophia Wawero, the Mother of Light. Happy to share the journey of self-discovery, self-mastery, to living as the best versions of ourselves. And today is one of the best days, I would say, because I get to share my own story, the journey of self-discovery through what happened to you and all the way to the light we carry. I have shared this previously about the journey that it is, healing our inner child, our traumas, self-discovery, and the mastery. There's so many instrumental books that I've shared: The Atomic Habits, The Mountain is You, The Alchemist. The list is endless. The bigger picture and the vision is to have the light that I'm currently sharing with the world. But what has the journey been? So it's a beautiful day to share that from a young Sophia, a 4-year-old Sophia, for as far as I can remember all through my life. So the current slide you're getting to see is my story, and this story is based on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Does that ring a bell? I know. We studied all these things in school, but sometimes we need to relate and be reflective on everything we did get to study and how does that apply in our current life. So I'm so happy. And guess what? This is still part of the presentation from the year 2021. Yes. Everything as it is, I have not altered anything at all. So that was when I was starting the journey of self-discovery and putting it down on paper, really, because it's always been a question for me. And from a very young age, I knew I had a bigger purpose in life to impact the world positively by sharing light. The how is what I was not clear about and where to start. So I'm so happy we're in the year 2023 and I'm getting to share this. I think by now this will be probably the 13th or the 14th step of 1,000 miles journey. I use the S meaning step for the podcast. And here we are. I'm so happy to be sharing this, as it was also part of that presentation I had worked on for the 5-year strategy. So based on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the very first part is the physiological. And the physiological part is very reflective for me because it takes me to the 4-year-old me. I'm actually happy to read as it is, a reference to exactly how I put it when I was working on this presentation. My mom was so proud of this little girl that knew all colors before joining school. I had a very unique way of thoughts from a tender age, values that ground me to date. Yes. My mom has been a very instrumental person in my journey because the values that she instilled in me keep me grounded every day. And it's the source of my value system: integrity, authenticity, fairness. Those are all learnings from my mom. And the newest one, actually, service to humankind. That's my mom. For anyone who knows my mom, that is her, always ready to serve. And clearly, an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So a product of that means also service to humankind becomes a very big instrumental step for me. And that is how we are here. And the beauty about going back to those simple but very significant and of high magnitude basis of approach in life, they're just colors. You might think they're just colors, but how was I able to know all those colors at a very tender age without going to school? Back then, it's not like I was watching any TV programs. By then, we're living in the village. The power is through solar. The battery only gets to work like a power life of an hour or two. And you know what that means? It's an African home, so news have to be watched. I think back in the days is when there was Vioja Mahakamani and those programs. So that means the power is saved for that. So I didn't get to watch any cartoons while growing up, but somehow I think it was an umbrella. Yes, I remember Mom talking about it on my graduation, that she could take the umbrella. If you're Kenyan, you would relate. Those old umbrellas, they used to have literally a rainbow. So I would go through each color confidently, comfortably, which is gifted. And sometimes it's easy for us to forget those little teeny tiny things. And I'm so happy for the blessings of parents who get to remind us about that journey that has been. So that's the physiological phase. And still at the physiological phase, my dad was very, 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 very instrumental for me in the same journey, because I learned gifting from him. So he would tell me, go work the best in school. If you're top 3, I'll get you this. And to date, I still remember those gifts he would get me, like that board. It's still there, actually. I see kids using it, where you can write on the whiteboard and then rub it. But it's all, I think it has some electric bit to it. So those pure delights were just so, so lovely. And getting on to the next part of this, which is the safety part. I will also get to read it because it's also reflective for me to the journey that was, and me putting it down in paper. I think it's the best way. Ha ha ha. The irony is that my schoolmates and I kinda were not into this phase. We got uncomfortable on just doing the norm. We invented a business club and were very intentional on the return on investment. On this specific day of this photo, we made $160. That is like 20,000 Kenya shillings profit. School tours, stroke lunch at Upper Hill meant business to me. The insurance skyscrapers back then stood out the most, specifically Gemini and Reinsurance Plaza. This put my dream on a vision board. What? I have not read this since 2021, so I'm like, wow. And indeed, those school trips were a major highlight. Now, I look forward to actually doing a video. Look out for it. I'll be going back to all the schools that I went to and sharing the light with the current pupils and students in those schools. That is a big journey for me. It will be done soon, so I'll be back with that. Yes, so it takes me back to that journey. This was actually in Loreto. And during this phase, as I've read, we were already uncomfortable with my friends. We're like, the irony is this is the safety phase, but the hunger of growth, the hunger of self-discovery was still there. And my first job, as I mentioned, was at Jubilee Insurance. Literally. It's a reminder of everything is connected in this life. Everything is connected, every single experience. I had to go to Jubilee Insurance before coming to Kopia. Why? I wrote it down. It was in my mind. Every time I could take a school trip, insurance used to stand out for me, and I was very passionate. Business was a major for me, and living to it, to see the fruition of that, I don't know what the future holds. I always feel like I'll end up in an insurance space still. I don't know how that will happen now that I'm venturing into this journey. Who knows? I don't know, and that's the beauty of life. Sometimes you just need to stay very open-minded and ready to embrace what the future holds with a very, very open perspective. I'm actually part of the audience right now on my story, which really feels good watching it right in front of my eyes. Love and belonging is the third need from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The teenage freedom dream. I was very happy. My first journey to self-discovery, options to choose subjects meant high commitment, accountability, and ownership of thyself. A girl from Matimbei village, she will be great to the world and beyond. That's a moment of silence, of taking that in. If you watch the very first video, that's the introduction. A girl from Matimbei village. Here it is. Things I write are the things that get to be out here. And it shares a lot of perspective based on the power of writing. I've talked about the power of writing based on Paul Coelho's Journal of Self-Discovery. And it's clearly reflective. Here we are, to the world and beyond. To the world and beyond. It's just the beginning of this journey of to the world. Through this Happy Humans podcast, my goal and my dream is to reach as many humans as I can, over and beyond. So it's an exciting journey to watch that. This was myself as a teenager, and you can see still my love for nature, and still in the middle of nature. This is actually back home, and the trees have always been home heritage for my soul. I'm so happy. Freedom, the freedom. Nature gives freedom. And again, today is 1st June of 2023, which is Madaraka Day, meaning the Day of Independence, going back to when Kenya gained independence in the year 1963. So it's so liberating to be doing this, getting vulnerable, authentic, sharing the journey that has been for me with everyone in the world. The next phase is the esteem. Esteem is the fourth hierarchy of needs from Maslow's needs. And this, by now I've already shared the video on my journey at Copia, and the esteem phase has actually happened in Copia for me. And this is the journey of unleashing my potential, teamwork, Ubuntu I am, because we are mentoring so many people and see them successful right now. Nothing gives me so much happiness and satisfaction than leaving people better than I found them. That has happened. There are more than 10 managers right now in Copia, and others have gone for greener pastures out there that I got to nurture from an intern level. And it's so beautiful to share a gift and guide someone in their journey. I can never take enough credit for that favor. Intuitive communication skills, work ethics, creative thinking, diversity management, adaptability and flexibility, critical thinking, positive mental attitude. And all this get into the space of thinking from a very intuitive level, listening to understand, not to respond. It's a journey, and that's the beauty about experience. You can never learn some things from experience, and that is why I had to work for 8 years before starting this, because by now I have learned so much: compassion, kindness, grace, which gets us to the self-actualization. How beautiful is that? Last but not least, the final hierarchy of needs from Maslow, self-actualization. It's where you are living as the best version of yourself. The light we carry, quite a journey. And so here is purpose. I'm living my purpose. I'm so happy to be living my purpose. Impact, growth, teamwork, leadership, learning, development, limitless, confidence, courage. 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 I'm surprised it's written here as the last thing by me in the year 2021, and it has been my last learning in Copia. Yes, courage. It's through the last position that I was in, I have learned courage to actually take a bold step, to take some time, 100, to focus on building the Happy Humans podcast. Isn't it beautiful how literally everything is connected? Everything is connected. As always, this is not a goodbye, it's a see you later. Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope it inspires you to come up with your own slides where you're reflecting on your journey. How has your journey been from childhood to where you are right now? Because that is how you get to embrace gratitude. Get to be reflective on your journey. Be thankful for what it has been. It may be the toughest, but there's so much to learn from it. And always look onto the light side, because I cannot say that everything that I've experienced was easy. Nothing was actually easy. It's a painful process. If you have to be the best version of yourself, you're a diamond. You are a diamond, and you all know the process that the diamond needs to undergo to be diamond. It's the fire process. Yes, it gets hot. But what do? We keep moving and back to Oprah's worlds. Get up, step out, and live fully. Ready to share the light with the world. I will repeat that. Ready to share light with the world. It's not a goodbye, it's a see you later.